Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two pickup trucks making love, American made.
Listen up, Autothoughts and Decepticlowns. You're listening to Prime Cuts, a non-linear history of the Transformers franchise on television. I'm one of your hosts, Audrey.
I'm your other host, Nero.
And tonight we have a special guest with us in the studio. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jordan. Man, I wish I thought of like a funny Transformers-themed name to call myself. Just to like introduce myself. I don't know. I'm Jordamus Prime. There you go.
To be fair, Nero and I never did that,
No.
so...
Well, you know.
It's not like... Jordan, what is your history with the Transformers franchise?
Oh, man. So, I remember being really little, and I have always loved Transformers. I remember being really little and actually watching the GoBots movie, where they turn into rocks. And that was the whole toy line. It was great. And then I was obsessed with Beast Wars. I was obsessed with, like, those toys and stuff. And then, yeah, like, Armada, I watched that and stuff. Not big into Bayformers, really.
Why? What's wrong with the
Why not?
What's wrong with the films? They're fine. There's nothing objectionable in those movies.
Yeah, I know. They just kind of never clicked with me. Objectively, I get it. Objectively, they're perfect movies. I understand.
You don't like looking at a living car crash?
You don't like racism and sexualizing minors?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really not into, like, really stupid character design. I do like when Optimus Prime cuts Leonard Nimoy's head off in the third movie, though.
It's true. That dude loves decapitation more than anything else in the world.
We love a good beheading in the Bayverse.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, shall we jump into the episodes for tonight, then?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the start of season 1 proper. We have the TV movie out of the way. This is the actual order for season 1, starting with Home is Where the Spark Is.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 4.
Episode 4. Episode 4/episode 1.
Episode 1, yeah, depending on who you're asking. So, the first thing we get here is an introduction to a concept that Nero and I mentioned last episode, but that we don't really get to see until now, which is the idea of a rogues gallery for the animated Autobots, because a lot of their time is not in fact spent fighting Decepticons, but fighting
Crime.
Normal
Green Arrow. Fighting Green Arrow, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, normal freak supervillains. Your garden variety freak supervillain.
I could not believe how much this guy was just obviously Green Arrow.
Yeah, except he's like he has all of the Green Arrow trick arrows, but he talks like fucking Robin Hood and looks like Robin Hood. Also,
yeah.
So does
his
Green
name.
Arrow.
No, Green Arrow does not talk like Robin Hood. He kind of looks like him sometimes, but he doesn't talk like him.
In some of those really old comics, I bet he does.
I wish he talked like old-timey in the anti-drug Arsenal comic.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Forsooth, Arsenal, you are gone off the wowie sauce.
Speedy, no!
So, yeah, this guy here is named the Angry Archer. Fun fact about the Angry Archer, he is named after Aaron Archer, who was a high-ranking like guy at Hasbro at the time, who often like interfaced with the fans on like forums using a hidden identity named Orson, I believe.
Also makes a banging hard cider.
Mm-hmm.
The Angry Archer.
I was thinking the exact same thing, Audrey.
God.
When they said that, I was like, Angry Orchard? What?
Yes, yeah, we're got up to usual Saturday morning supervillain stuff, which is robbing an armored car.
Oh, yeah.
And he notices a passing fire truck as he's being pursued by the police, and he grapples onto it. For as he says, the lawmen would never stop a fire truck speeding to the rescue.
So I took notes when I watched these episodes, and when that showed up, I just started writing, oh, this is Optimus. This is absolutely Optimus. 100%. There's literally nobody else that it could be. And then it was Optimus. I was like, cool. I was right. I've never seen this show before, by the way. That's important context.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
I'm smarter than a 5th grader.
You did it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he grapples onto Optimus. Oops.
Yeah. We see a new thing that Optimus has. He apparently has Bola launchers now. I don't know when he got those.
Well,
They're cool.
But he uses them to dispatch the Angry Archer. The Angry Archer has a grenade. He has an arrow that's literally just a grenade glued to an arrow.
Yeah. It's Green Arrow. Again, he's got the boxing glove arrow and everything. Like, it's ridiculous.
Although I appreciate that because he's old-timey, the punch arrows look more like knight gauntlets than they do boxing gloves.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for like a Mario Party glove.
Yeah.
Myself, that would grab you and pop you off somewhere.
Yeah. So he easily defeats the Angry Archer, and all of the press come to take pictures of him. Then we see Prowl, who is watching a cat about to murder a bird, and he's like, wow, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
I love that. I thought that was really good, because I was just like, who's this ninja guy? Is that Starscream or something? And then no, he was just hanging out with a cat.
Starscream is currently somewhere, we don't know.
He's dead for the second time in as many episodes. Don't worry about it.
Good. I mean, that's how Starscream should be, honestly.
He'll be around later, but for now he's dead. But his little nature observation is interrupted by a bunch of guys going, "Hey, it's one of the Autobots. Let's take pictures of him."
The idea of like Autobots just being local celebrities is just so funny.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And we kind of get to see how everyone feels about being local celebrities once we cut to them setting up their new house. They're getting the TV in. Most important part of a new house. You got to get the flat screen in there.
Right. You may recall, I don't know if we actually said this in the last episode, but when Zari shows it to them, they're like, kind of a fixer-upper, huh? So it needed a bit of work to get to superhero standards, I guess.
Yeah.
I wasn't really expecting this show to straight up just be like a superhero cartoon, and it's like at times it kind of feels like Gargoyles to me.
Yeah, that is the interesting thing about animated. For large portions of it, it is just like a superhero cartoon, and then sometimes crazy shit happens.
I will say, though, I regret to inform you, especially Audrey, that vampires has infected my brain, and every time they say car puns and stuff, I'm just like, it's vampires. I'm back. This is... I've never left. I've never
Welcome
left.
Home. Prowl, while they're installing the world's largest TV... Prowl returns in a huff, very mad about his Zen being interrupted, and it is I
want to quickly run down what everyone thinks about being local celebrities. Ratchet, hates it. This is known, of course, obviously. Bumblebee,
asterisk footnote, this is known.
Yeah, Bumblebee loves it. Also, footnote, this is known.
This is known, yeah.
Bulkhead mostly just wants people to ask him to do things other than smash stuff, although he admits he does kind of like smashing stuff.
And he do be good at it.
This was about the time that I started to realize, this guy's like Gutsman meets Patrick star, and then I realized, wait, SpongeBob and Patrick are both in the show.
Yep.
They sure are.
SpongeBob's doing a little bit of a racist voice in this one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's some Dak.
Oh, is that...
Yeah, that's Tom
Who's Sumdac
Kenny.
again?
Tom Kent.
Isaac Sumdac, the inventor.
The professor.
Oh, Dr. Light. Yeah.
Sorry's dad.
Yeah.
Sorry's dad.
I was wondering about that accent, honestly.
Yes.
But we have a question about the about the SpongeBob voice actors to answer tonight. So.
But Prowl returns. He's not happy about really anything, so he goes to his room, and I love. So, like, I guess Prowl really got to decorating his room immediately, because, like, there's a lot going on here. First of all...
Yeah, it is specifically... When I said that he needed to return his Zen, I meant that shit quite literally, because he's a fucking weeaboo.
He totally is.
I don't think I noticed what was in his room. What was in there?
So, first of all, the doorway... What are those things called? The big gateways?
Oh, Seta.
Yeah, the fucking his doorway has a Seta over it. Second of all, he has a rack of katanas.
Oh man, well, he's clearly supposed to be like a ninja. Kind of,
Yes,
he's like if Raven was a ninja.
He's literally a cyber ninja.
No, sorry, not a Seta, a Tori.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
what I meant.
Tori.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay, I was like, oh yeah, I know what a Seta is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got
a Tory gate.
Yeah.
he's got a Tory gate over his door, and he shows the room that has a gigantic tree growing through it because he loves nature.
Oh yeah, he's a sword guy. I love that.
He is so in awe of the primal nature and the swift and efficient way that cats kill.
Yeah. Well, who isn't, honestly?
Yeah, Optimus comes in. He's like, hey, if you want a room with, like, a roof, I can get you that. And he's like, no, I like this one.
Well, and then Bumblebee's like, you sure about that? Comes in to ruin his day.
Yep. Anytime Bumblebee opens his mouth in this episode, basically, Prowl just leaves. He just goes.
There's a real, like...
Bumblebee's like a dick to him.
He is.
There's a real, like, early on Raven Beast Boy.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
Dynamic between Prowl and Bumblebee in these episodes.
Exactly. Yes. It is, like, very much there.
One thing I've always appreciated about animated Bumblebee is that he is an asshole. He does kind of suck, which is very fun. He's, like, annoying.
He's the guy who sucks. There's a lot of guys who suck in animated, actually. Prowl is also the guy who sucks. Let's not forget how he behaved last episode.
That's right.
How did he behave last episode?
He's just like, he's not an asshole, but he's an ass.
Yeah.
He's like really arrogant and like a loner.
Not a team player.
And
he's the snake.
Yeah.
Then, right?
He's not nearly as mean as that. He's just like...
Yeah, he's not like bitter about being he's not bitter about being an insult. He wasn't cuckolded. I was almost gonna say he was cuckolded, but he wasn't because he was never with her to begin with.
Harry Potter's so dumb. Okay.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
I'm trying to remember if IDW Prowl was cucked or not. Probably at some point, but I'm forgetting it. Anyway.
No, are you kidding me? He was the one doing all the cucking. That guy has 5 exes.
That's
Oh my
right,
God.
he does.
All of them worse than I mean, like 10 if you count the Constructicons separately.
That's true. Every time a new X is revealed, it's like, oh god, this one sucks even more somehow. It's like, oh my god, tarantulas?
So,
What's that, tarantulas?
so are we to consider every
Trepid?
what do you call those Transformers where like it's a bunch of them and they all come together to form one giant one?
Gestalts.
Oh, hell yeah, those are always my favorite. But
Yeah, so the Constructicons are one of those.
so are we to consider every Gestalt to be kind of like a poly relationship?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're all polycules.
I think
You gotta be.
I think a few of them canonically are like the one, like, or at least
I mean, the Constructicons
yeah,
are.
or
I'm
I think
happy
some
for
of the Flame Keepers one, Victorion.
Oh yeah,
a few of her
Victorion
components
was.
are dating each other.
Oh
The
wow.
Constructicons were all fucking each other in Prowl's mind palace.
Correct. Listen, IDW's
It
great.
was fucked.
Everyone should read it. The Prowl goes through
only-
a lot. He gets an eye patch at some point.
Prowl has exactly one kind of normal X, and it's Chrome Dome. And Chrome Dome was like, I'm getting the hell out of here and dating my very small husband forever. Goodbye.
He knew he got out there because he knew it was about to
Yeah.
happen. Anyway, back to animated. So
Meanwhile, Sorry is like, so all this is happening. Oh yeah, Prowl eventually like tries to avoid Bumblebee by going to the roof. Whatever.
Yes.
Is this where Prowl's trying to watch like?
no, that's later.
Oh, okay.
That's after this scene because what
Okay.
comes next. Sorry is trying to give her dad some tea, but he's asleep in his lab, and she can't get in. The door's locked. But hey, she's got a cool key, and nothing ever goes wrong when she uses that key. God gave it to her.
Is that what happened?
Yep.
Yeah. A god gave it to her.
Was it Primus?
It was the Allspark.
Yeah, that was my second guess.
Yeah.
Primus does not exist in this universe, in this continuity.
Oh.
No Primus.
Oh.
Before she can try to open the door, Sumdak comes out, and he just looks down at her, and he's like, "Hey now, Sorry. You know you're not allowed in Daddy's special corner."
No one is allowed in here, not even you.
Stay out of Daddy's corner. Special corner. Oh god.
But that's fine. Let's go have some tea.
Yeah, I love the detail of like she's like, "Oh, okay, I brought you some tea," and he's like, "Oh, no, thank you. I'm not hungry, or I'm not thirsty." And then he just grabs it and chugs the whole thing. And she's like, when's the last time you ate?
Yeah. So they depart. But unfortunately, with the door open, the Allspark key gets a little too close to Daddy's special friend.
Mhm.
Oh,
And for the first time in 50 years, Megatron wakes up.
God damn it, Sorry.
And he's immediately like, "What is this? What's going on? Where am I? What the fuck?" And I love that instantly he looks at the TV, looks at like the most recent thing that happened, and it's Starscream saying, "I blew Megatron up."
Can I just
Fuck yeah.
Can I just say I am so fucking happy that the first thing Megatron does is get angry at Starscream. That is
yeah.
exactly what I want. Yes. Good.
He gets so mad at Starscream, the lights explode.
So at first he's horrified because he's
A disembodied head.
a disembodied head.
Also, he sees
And a hand.
his hand is being used as a fucking office chair.
Oh my god.
But he does realize a little bit now, much more later, that there are some things he can do even in this state.
Yes.
And he
like picks up a little robot that Sumdak was toying with. He's like,
I guess I can control machines with my mind. Sweet.
because all of it was fucking reverse engineered from him.
Oh.
It's all his
I
body.
see.
It's really fucked up.
So Sumdak just has fucking Megatron in like a storage closet.
Yeah, but
Yes.
chiefly he does not know who Megatron is. He knows that Megatron is a Cybertronian, but he doesn't know about the Decepticons. This will be important later.
Okay.
Well, he knows about Starscream.
Yeah, he knows about
So
Starscream.
Starscream almost killed
Yeah,
him.
he knows about Starscream, but he doesn't know who Megatron is or like what his relationship to the Autobots is.
Right.
Okay, and I like how it's like the G1 design of Megatron.
Yes, it's
Like,
funny
for the
because
helmet.
I don't know how he got this head, because the last time we saw his head, he was in a very movie-esque design. It was very spiky. But I guess Sumdak
Yeah.
did some work on it.
Wait, so is
Yeah.
this canonical to Transformers Cybertron?
No.
No.
Oh.
But we do, yeah, his ultimate appearance is much more the classic Buckethead.
Yeah.
That we all know and love.
Oh yeah, I remember when Megatron just gets on stage and uses like nunchucks for 20 minutes and then plays a really atonal guitar solo.
That's a classic.
Yeah. It's a Buckethead joke.
So
Got any
back with,
Buckethead fans in the audience tonight?
Any Buckethead fans? Yeah.
any Buckethead heads?
Yeah, we got any Bucketheads in the fucking audience of Prime Cuts tonight? Transformers and Buckethead. Those two fan bases overlap extremely well. That's what I always say.
Never the twain shall meet. So yeah, after getting her, like, presumably getting some food and drink into her father, Sari is, placed back into learning, and she's like, actually, I just had an idea. Fuck this. And, destroys her teacher.
Yep. Tutorbot gets fucked up.
Oh
and
my god.
some deck calls her like, "Hey, sir, you aren't doing anything to Tutorbot, are you?" She's like, "Nope. He's fine." And he like stumbles through the background and she's like, "Anyway, I'm gonna go to a sleepover at the Autobot secret base. Bye." And Megatron goes, "Hang on, what'd she just say?" What was that?
Oh, Father of the Year over here.
Yeah, by the way, I guess we forgot to mention he is also looking for the Allspark because he looks on the news and he's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Those Autobot janitors are looking after the Allspark now? What is happening?"
And he is not the only one. Because having realized that he can take control of machines, Megatron's like, "I just had a great idea. I know how to regain my senses. It's by taking control of machines." Yep. And
Whoa.
he overhears some deck talking about this, and he's like, "I am going to follow this strange human pet."
Yep. Sneaks a little spider bot into her backpack. This is the scene where Prowl is trying to watch a nature documentary.
Where he's trying to watch Planet Earth, yeah.
Yeah,
And
then what the fuck does what is this like? It's literally just shapes, colors, and music.
My favorite part about this scene is how the rest of the Autobots are just kind of standing behind Bumblebee, just watching all of this happen.
It's literally any rhythm game since 2005.
Yeah, but it's like just the background.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And what about it?
What?
Bumblebee needs mental stimulation, and sometimes he just gotta watch the background of a fucking.
Okay, you know how
DDR
like Cat
stage.
TV exists?
Yeah.
This is Cat TV for robots.
Yep.
I like to think that he just turned on Nick Jr.
Oh my god! Don't let him watch Bluey. He's gonna start talking in an Australian accent.
Oh no.
That would be... We talk about
Hey, meet my
Bumblebee becoming unbearable at the end of this episode.
Oh.
That would be truly unbearable.
Yeah, at the end of meltdown, or rather, total meltdown. Everyone's like,
Oh, you're right. It is at the end of Meltdown.
Yeah, I love that. Everyone's like, "Oh, he's gonna be impossible to live with for the next 3 weeks." Great.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the ending of the
We should
next
kill him
episode.
now.
Yeah.
So we need to talk about what Prowl does here. What's wrong with him? He like, all right. I don't know how all I forgot this because he acts like the cat and then pounces on Bumblebee.
Oh yeah. Oh, this
Oh.
was a weird moment.
Yeah.
Hey, why is your face so close to him?
Yeah, why is Bumblebee blushing? What's going on here? Is there?
Listen, we have established in a previous episode that in animated they canonically do not fuck.
Then
We
why
know
is
this.
Bumblebee blushing?
We know that they canonically do not fuck.
They're all
so
Vols-
what's going on
They're
here?
all Volcel?
No, they just reproduce in a different way.
Oh.
Yeah. They just don't sexually reproduce.
Oh, it means that they have all these emotions and they don't know what to do with them.
So,
Oh.
maybe we're onto something with the Beast Boy and Raven comparison. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
What is going on
May-
here? But then Prowl just leaves.
Maybe Prumble is the new cool thing.
Sounds like Rumble's fucked up cousin.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about IDW, Prowl, and Bumblebee dating and how quickly they would kill each other. I think Bumblebee would come back from the dead as a ghost just to kill Prowl himself, probably, with some of the things that Prowl did.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Bumblebee's the kind of guy that could actually make you do that to yourself. You know,
Animated
I mean,
Bumblebee certainly, and he did do that to Starscream.
Starscream? In IDW, he did pretty much do that to
He
Starscream.
literally haunted.
Wow.
He literally became Starscream's conscience.
Well, he haunted Starscream until he came back to life, and then Starscream died and became his ghost. It's very funny.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
So, Sorry explains to the Autobots what a slumber party is and all the stuff they're going to do there, and they do various slumber party activities like Twister, like a giant, really big version of Twister.
And she has to, she's introducing all these things, and they're, Prowl's like, I see, this is, a training method for humans. And she's like, no, it's a fucking game. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. But I do love when he jumps on the Twister game, immediately wins, and then leaves.
I like that too. Yeah. So
live, surf, cunt, leave.
Mm-hmm. That's the Cyber Ninja motto.
Is this when she tells the scary story and then just completely fucks up everything?
Yes.
But,
So all the while, Megatron's like, where the fuck is the Allspark?
Yeah, well, he's watching this and he's like, I want to kill these Autobots so bad it makes me look stupid.
Yeah, he's like, I fucking hate this. How are these assholes the one who have the Allspark? And then he searches the entire base. He's like, where the fuck is the Allspark?
He's just watching it, and he's like, ugh, cringe, must destroy, ugh.
Yeah, he is so disgusted by the Autobot behavior. He's like, I can't believe we share a cyber gene pool.
It's revolting. And of course, the Allspark is probably in their ship at the bottom of Lake Erie, if I had to guess. They would not keep that shit in their house.
I love that this whole thing takes place in Detroit.
Yep.
That's
great.
So good. We get like a really good Midwest accent in the next episode, too.
Oh, Fanzone. Yeah. The Fanzone is a great character. So this is
straight out of Fargo.
He really
That's
is.
really what it is, which is funny considering who we get in the next episode as a voice actor.
Yep.
Steve Buscemi?
No.
Oh.
I wish.
Yeah.
I was about to say I wish Steve Buscemi was in a Transformers thing, but then I remembered he's in The Last Night as the the fucking junk salesman guy, day trader.
He sure is. Yeah.
Oh, that's not what you mean, though.
No.
You want him in like Transformers Animated or something.
I want him in a real Transformers thing.
Real Transformers thing, yeah.
I
want him to play
for Cybertron.
I want him to play Unicron.
Oh no. No, I wanted to play Sideways. I want him to play like Unicron's servant. I don't know who I'd cast as Unicron.
Steve
honestly,
Buscemi as Galvatron, I think would work.
Oh shit. Honestly, pretty good Unicron casting in the last series we covered. That was great. John Noble, good one.
What's John Noble from?
Fringe, Lord of the Rings.
Who was he in Lord of the Rings?
Denethor, Boromir's dad.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, all right, thank you.
So yeah, this is when Sari is telling the ghost stories.
Yeah.
And I love that she's using the key to like gussy it up, except it's she's only managing to scare Bumblebee. Everyone else is like, what is this? What are you doing?
Yeah, and as she goes on, Megatron is still watching this, and he's like, I literally can't stand this anymore. If I don't kill these Autobots right now, I'm going to go crazy.
Yep.
And so he's like, time to murder from afar.
Yeah, and so he hooks into the fucking like
the danger room.
The assembly line that's still, because this building that they're in is like an old abandoned factory that someday got in a merger.
Oh.
And there's lots of claws. There's lots of like treadmills and stuff like that.
Rivet guns.
Yeah. What I love about this scene is that Megatron is using the same tactics here that Optimus used against him.
That's right. He's being clever.
When he first attacked their ship.
Oh yeah.
So, Optimus, seeing that they were totally outclassed by Megatron, used the ship to fight him. Because he knew he wouldn't be able to do it, and did it using the, grabbing him with the ship's claws, and holding him down. So now that, to the extent that Megatron's power has been neutered in the way that it has been by him being disembodied, he is learning directly from the incident that did this to him and employing the exact same tactics, which I thought was a really nice sort of full circle moment.
So was Megatron getting destroyed in like the first episode?
Yes.
Okay. I will say there is one thing that happens during this scene that I'm completely fucking obsessed with, which is that the assembly line claw picks up like a canister and then chops off the other half of the canister and then uses it like apparently a homing rocket.
Yeah.
It was like, it felt like holding up a lighter to a can of hairspray or something, like just some improvised weapon shit.
Ratchet gets fucked up by those things.
Yeah. That, understandably, goddamn.
Yeah, so everyone variously gets grabbed by all of this stuff. So Ratchet gets blown up. Bulkhead is just like put in the fucking hydraulic press.
Yeah.
Megatron tries to shoot Sorry with a gigantic industrial rivet gun.
To be fair, and I will say, the fact that she doesn't get shot is BS. Because that was spray and pray, and there's no way she dodged that shit.
No, this is Stormtrooper level aim. She dodges in the exact same way that people dodge in anime as a joke, you know?
Right.
Where it's like,
Yeah.
you just see all the shots like around her and stuff, and it's like, oh, I guess nothing actually hit you then, somehow. Okay.
Which speaking of, this episode looks pretty good in terms of like animation, and especially in terms of facial expressions. There's some great expressions in this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a consistently well-animated show. even when the-
Powerful Sorry faces.
Yes. We need to make some new emojis.
I need to just scrub through this episode. All right, show me all the Sorry faces.
I'm not surprised.
I need to find a fucking good. You know, I need to find a good big high res image of Armada Thrust, so I can finally make that emote where it's
him dying.
No, it's the one. Well, I also want that because that face is amazing. But I want one where it's maybe I should just get him when he's about to pop like a zit.
Yeah, that's the one I think of. That there is so much weight in that emotion. I could use that emoji so much.
So yeah, but
Me when I eat too much.
so Sorry, I love that Sorry is like, okay, well obviously this isn't me because nothing would ever go wrong if I used my key. And I just sort of glance down the line at all the episodes coming up and like,
Yeah, right.
The fact that she accidentally reactivated Megatron.
a lot of bad shit happens when she uses that key. And let me tell you, she learns no lessons in this episode.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, kind of
I'm so glad that we entrusted like the powerful technokinesis key to like a literal 12-year-old. That's great.
Well, it shows her. To be fair.
Okay. Yeah, we just let it do that.
The Allspark works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
She is a holy emissary. To be fair.
To be fair, she did bring Optimus back to life.
She is the Oracle. Okay.
She doesn't look a thing like Jesus, but she does talk like a gentleman.
Ah,
Great.
Anyway,
when she
fantastic.
was young.
Yeah.
Prowl comes out of his room. Let's sort of look.
This is a great moment.
Look who's finally out of his room. Look who's decided to join us. Type moment. And he's like, this party seems to be getting out of hand. And then it's the fucking community gif with the pizza.
Well, what he says is this party seems to be getting out of. Oof!
Yes, because he gets hit by a claw. Also, at some point, Optimus gets stuck to a big magnet.
Like you do.
They're doing bad.
Because he tries to save Bulkhead for getting hydraulic press, but then Megatron's like, no, you don't. And puts him on the magnet. This is around the time that Megatron's like, okay, this has been fun, but I need to finish this off. And then he cuts a fuel tank open and just starts letting fuel drip all over the place.
Yeah.
He probably should have done that. That could have been like the only thing he did actually that day.
There is one thing that happens before that, which is that Prowl, after recovering from getting clawed, looks around and realizes that the security systems that are operating the factory are motion censored.
Yep.
And he tells everyone to stay still. And he sees on the other side of the room the control panel, and he makes a run for it. And he gets very, very close, but Megatron's like, yeah, they may not be able to see you. The motion sensors maybe not be able to see you, but I can. And he directly claws Prowl up, leaving Bumblebee basically the only one around. And Prowl's like, now Bumblebee, remember what I've been showing you and talking about with the animals and the cats and all of that stuff. You gotta be calm and still. And Bulkhead's like,
Mindfulness, Bumblebee. You gotta practice mindfulness.
And Bumblebee's like, Bulkhead's like, Bumblebee's gotta be still. We're dead.
Yeah, we're fucked. We're done. Bye, folks.
I did really like how, because the whole episode, it's Prowl has been like talking about how you gotta be still, you gotta sit still, stop fidgeting. And I liked how there was like a reason for that to be useful here, oh yeah, there's motion sensors. I'm not just doing this because it's a dumb Zen thing. Like,
it ties into the plot.
Yeah.
It's like telling a moral story in your cartoon, except the moral is be a badass.
Yes, which should be the moral of all cartoons.
I agree. All good ones,
so
anyway.
Yes, fire starts to fill up the room.
Yeah, Bumblebee does manage to turn off the assembly line. He punches the controls, but then Megatron's like, yeah, blow this shit up. We're done here. He's like, yeah, you know what? Fuck these primitive machines. I'm just gonna fucking vaporize these assholes.
I just realized something. Optimus is literally a fire truck, right?
Yes, he is.
So if there was a bad fire, I guess he's good.
We see him put out a fire earlier in the episode when the Angry Archer blows up a car. He squirts it with the fire foam.
He's a good guy. He's got a huge chin in this series.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
He's
massive chin.
We can't forget about the facial.
That's
gave
true.
Starscream
He
last
does. He does squirt that shit directly into Starscream's face and onto his feet. What a freak!
And onto his feet.
Oh,
yeah.
He's into water sports. It sounds like.
Oh no, it's a cum cannon.
No, that's a cum cannon.
Yeah, no, it's not water. It's
a fire. It's a fire.
It's like a fire
It's a cum
extinguisher.
cannon.
But we all know what fire
you.
extinguisher looks
yeah.
like. But yeah, like
like cum. Yes.
What was I gonna say? I forgot what
about cum.
No, we already went down the cum boulevard
down
of
the cum
conversation.
tube. All down the cum tube,
Something about Optimus being a fire truck?
Oh, yeah. Something... it was chins. Everyone has huge chins in this show. Everyone. Like...
Yeah.
You haven't
Again,
seen...
Sentinel Prime is a statistical outlier.
It
It should
really
not be
is.
counted.
I love that how that happened was that Townsend Coleman, the voice of the Tick, was cast to voice Sentinel Prime, and the character designers just went like, okay, we're just going to make your guy the Tick, I guess. We're just going to design him to look like the Tick. And they did.
I love that. Wow. That's great.
Yeah, anyway. So the fire is spreading. They managed to, like, punt the tank, the fuel tank into the...
I have some issues with this vis-a-vis physics.
Yeah, what could possibly be your issue here, Hero?
Haven't you ever played a video game?
The fucking fuel, like the fire running up it and then exploding the tank. It's very stylish and cool looking, but it's ridiculous. It's insane.
Fuel is a single a single continuous substance.
Yeah, I know. I played Powder Game a bunch in middle school.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. So what's the issue?
Yeah. So then, so then we cut back to Megatron, who's like, "Okay, this isn't fucking tenable. I need a goddamn body. Maybe it's time He's like, maybe it's time I actually reveal myself a little bit more to Professor Sumdac."
He's gonna do the Nixon thing from Futurama, where he just gets like a big mech body. Literally, yes, that's what he's going to do. Wait a minute.
One thing that happens before Megatron does that is they like look at the thing exploding, and Sari's like, "Huh, wonder who did that."
Yeah.
Oh well.
Probably unimportant.
And then they find the pocket bot, and Sari's like, "We should probably look at that." And Bulkhead's like, "Yes," and then crushes it immediately.
Yep. And somewhere
Thanks,
a few
Patrick.
continuities over, Ratchet screams, "Bulkhead, I needed that."
Right. Only one continuity over, really.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, then the little like bit on the end is just Bumblebee and Prowl playing Twister together.
Yeah,
it looks pretty awkward. I'm not gonna lie. Like just the way they were positioned.
There's something going on here. I don't know what's going on here.
It was clearly not a very easy thing to draw in that style.
I mean, yeah. Imagine you're an animator and you get the fucking order. All right, 2 robots are playing Twister. And you're like, well,
yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Guess I'll die.
Damn.
I gotta figure out how to make their fucking arms not clip into. Oh, speaking of
Yeah.
arms, one thing I loved is when Optimus is like transforms in truck mode to kind of draw the assembly line back and get Bulkhead out of the way of the hydraulic press. He uses his arms to grab onto the belt for leverage when he's getting sucked up by the magnet. Just more of this shows like, yeah, fuck it. They can just have their arms out in vehicle mode. Shit doesn't matter. It looks fun.
Good. They should have been able to do that the whole time, honestly. You know, like,
I mean, all I can think about are the leg jets. Like the G1 leg jets.
Oh god, fucking Gerwalk mode.
Yeah. I mean, listen, like, they really do transform that way with limbs out.
Yeah, they do.
So,
Yeah, never
like,
look on
limbs out.
never look on the underside of one of the G1 secret toys.
God, they're funny. The little AT Walker ass looking ass.
I
Yeah.
actually definitely had one of those. I loved doing that. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's time to talk about episode 5/episode 2. We're just gonna use episode 5, I think.
Yeah, just use the...
Total
Okay.
meltdown.
Okay, so I have to say something right now, which is what I forgot to say last time, which is that this is like the best Transformers theme. This theme
Oh, yeah.
fucking fucks.
It whips
This
ass.
kicks. I rewinded and listened to this so many fucking times. Oh my god, it rules.
Can I tell you?
It's almost as good as the Vampires theme.
It's almost as good as the Vampires theme. Yes, they just have to say Transformers.
Can I tell you, when I was in middle school, and Audrey, close your ears or else you'll start withering away.
Shut up.
In like 2000,
Jordan's not that much younger than I
like
am.
2009 or whatever, 2008, 2009, when the show was airing. And I got my first cell phone, which was a flip phone Sony Ericsson.
Nice.
I had my dad download this theme onto it as my ringtone.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, and of course you can all.
That is such a perfect encapsulation of who you were as a child. I feel
Yeah,
like.
it really is. My Sony Ericsson, which played the Transformers animated theme. I also got the LED flashing thing to set up so like when it played, the buttons would flash
Nice.
red and purple. Autobot
God.
and Decepticon. Yeah, I was pretty baller in middle school. No, I wasn't.
You guys remember the chocolate phone?
What?
The chocolate phone? Audrey, do you remember the
What
chocolate
What the
phone? Oh, don't
fuck
worry.
are you
No.
talking about?
Hold on.
This
I'm
better not.
not crazy. It's
Is this like a is like a candy that looks like a phone?
No, it was like a brand of phone that was just called chocolate for some. Oh, it was the LG chocolate. Yeah,
LG. All right, let's look
it
at.
was like everywhere.
Show me the LG chocolate. I want to see the LG chocolate.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I remember seeing this. I didn't know it
Yeah.
was called chocolate.
Yeah, it's just I remember the
It's just an iPod.
Oh,
that's a phone.
these things.
yeah those things. I had one of those.
Yeah, the slide opener ones.
It's
no, I-
weird. It's weird how smartphones just immediately killed all of these.
Yeah, like the iPhone like destroyed all of their form factors.
I mean, what is most impressive to me is how quickly it killed the BlackBerry.
Oh yeah.
That BlackBerry held on for like surprisingly long, but it did get to the point where every time I heard someone had a BlackBerry, I was like, why?
They're like the buttons.
I guess.
So this episode is literally a Teen Titans episode. Like
Yeah.
Yes.
you could slot them right into this and it would basically play out the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, this is a supervillain of the week. It is DC Universe origin story.
Absolutely.
it
Meltdown
is-
even sounds like a fucking D tier DC villain.
I think
Or
I
a
think
character in Fargo.
I think-
or a character in The Big Lebowski.
Yes.
I think that he is he looks a lot like one of the aliens from Ben 10, I think.
That
does.
too, yeah.
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 It looks
The design, yeah, again, you can really see sort of like the pedigree of the animators
I-
in this episode.
I s-
And writers.
I spent so long trying to figure out what his accent was. Like-
Peter Stormare is from, I mean, who knows? Oh, he's
It-
Swedish apparently.
Oh, that makes sense. I was like, is this like
That
is
does
this
not
like is he attempting like a Scarface thing? Is this
No, that's just how he. That's
racist?
just how he sounds.
Is it German?
That is literally just his voice, pretty much.
Okay.
He's just
Steven.
a weird character actor with a weird voice, and he shows up in different places. Like, I'm not being mean. That's literally like, listen. Weird, ugly guys with weird voices being character actors are a fucking dying breed.
Yes, I agree.
You can't be ugly in Hollywood anymore.
We were talking about Steve Buscemi earlier.
Exactly.
They're also so much more attractive than most other celebrities because they're actually interesting to look at. But that's just my little.
Exactly.
They seem like real people as opposed to like
Yeah.
these people where it costs like $1 million to keep them looking decent, you know?
But like, imagine if they remade Columbo, right? And they cast Harry Styles as Columbo or something.
You know they wouldn't cast Harry Styles. They'd cast Misha Collins.
Yeah, they would.
Oh.
Hearing a lot of heavy silence on your end here, Nero.
Oh no! Okay, apparently, well, Discord didn't pick up my like pained grunt, like you just stabbed me in the stomach. But all of our podcast listeners will hear that.
I just heard like 5 solid seconds of silence from you.
Anyway. Before we get to Peter
Meltdown.
Stormare, we have to get the opening here where the Autobots are like, all right, we need to learn about human cultures. Let's watch some TV. And immediately Bulkhead... Okay, so first of all, Bulkhead makes a chair out of his kibble. Okay, hang on. I need to explain that term. So kibble is the fanon term for, like, car and other alt mode bits that are sticking off of a character's robot mode.
I mean, it's not just like a fandom term. Like kibble's a term that's used.
Yeah, it was adopted. It was like it was one of, it's like Seeker, where it's like it started as a fan thing and it became adopted. So like,
there we go. Okay,
no, but I mean,
lost.
it's not...
Okay, I'm sorry. I missed like the past 10 seconds.
That's fine. Bulkhead can sit on himself. That is the important part here. He has a chair mode. Oh. What?
It was around here that I made the note that Ratchet looks like an old cat.
He kind of does,
like a fat old cat. I really like him.
Oh yeah,
he looks like Grumpy Cat.
He reminds me of like when they would have Adam West in Fairly Odd Parents and he'd play like Catman. Yeah.
So yeah, first of all, Bulkhead has a chair mode. That's important. Second of all, they turn on the TV and immediately see anal.
Really?
Okay, what else are you gonna classify a fucking some lady putting a gas pump into the gas tank? And Bulkhead's reaction is that looks like it hurts.
There are a lot of like really like little kind of jokes for the parents, you know.
Oh yeah.
I would argue that it's not anal, but it's an enema.
Oh my god, it is an enema.
That's I mean, same orifice, I think.
Yes.
But I think the intent is clearly different. I would say it's an enema.
So then, so Bulkhead goes, that looks like it hurts. And then they flip the channel and see an ad for a demolition derby, and Prowl goes, not as much as that. So they turn on the TV. Step 1, they see someone getting an enema. Step 2, they see a snuff film.
Oh my god, all those cars just like crashing into each other, just like running into each other. Oh man.
Then they turn and they see a man with style.
Yeah.
They see a man with grace.
His name is Prometheus Black, and he has a dream.
He looks like he looks like Ric Flair.
He does.
He is hosting like a wrestling / boxing fight. And yeah, he just looks like Ric Flair mixed with Donald Trump a little bit. It's weird.
Yeah, and he's like, all right, hey everyone, it's me, Prometheus Black. I have unlocked the secrets of human genetics.
I'm a racist against robots. They're taking your jobs.
He does say
says they're taking your jobs.
Robots are taking your jobs, and that's why I'm here to put on an exhibition match where my big, buff, genetically modified human beats the shit out of a robot. And Ratchet's like, what kind of fucking dipshit asshole stupid idiot machine would volunteer for this?
Which one, indeed?
Yeah. So, well, first they introduce the human.
Yeah, well, first
he-
actually we introduced the machine because then it cuts
you're
directly
right.
from Ratchet saying that to Bumblebee getting unveiled, and Bulkhead just does a spit take and goes, "What?"
I love that Sari is in Bumblebee's corner.
Yes.
Yeah, she's his coach.
She's the
I really love that because that implies like that's something that they were just like they just had this idea on their own or something and we're just like, yeah, let's go do it.
Yeah. We get more importantly, we get his human opponent.
Cyrus the Colossus Rhodes.
Jesus.
Colossus Rhodes. They think they're so clever.
Yep.
And he is the world's smallest man.
I love. Is it Bulkhead who goes, "Is that a human?"
Yes.
Yeah.
And the prowl response must be a new model.
Yeah, okay, so look, this is trying to be an anime. You do not want to fight a tiny old man in an anime.
No.
You will die.
Do not fuck with
Now-
tiny old men in anime.
I will say, in traditional TFA fashion, they did not bother to get a new voice actor for this bit role.
No.
It is instead Tom Kenny
Yep.
voicing the world's tiniest man with the world's tiniest voice.
Does he have a different voice when he's big and buff, or is that still Tom
Yes.
Kenny? Oh, he does have a different
No.
voice?
I think he does.
That's When he amazing.
I
turns
don't
it-
think that's Tom Kenny.
When he literally turns into Hulk Hogan, you mean?
Yes. He does very much turn into Hulk Hogan. So yeah, I also like that when Prometheus Black is talking about his like the fucking like genetic upgrades he can do. Optimus just goes, "Human upgrades. Jeez, what do they fucking think of next?"
Yeah, so his big side is Corey Burden.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
animated very much like they have like 6 guys and they're all very good, so they just use them for a bunch of bit parts.
Right, exactly.
Unless they
so
can get Peter
it is-
Stormare.
I mean, they got
I guess they were like, we don't have Megatron in this episode, so
I mean,
Corey Burden can be him this episode.
they got SpongeBob and Patrick, and then you have Tara Strong, who can voice like literally every single character
Yeah,
who isn't an adult man.
She is every child in the show. Yes, like,
every single child in not just this show, in every show. Honestly,
So yeah, there in the first episode there was literally a child who had Timmy Turner's voice, like just the very same voice.
Yeah.
yeah.
So then of course, obviously, Rhodes bulks up. He goes Bane mode and turns into Hulk Hogan, and just starts beating the shit out of Bumblebee.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's embarrassing.
There's like a great point where he gets robo-concussed.
Yes.
And like, you know, he's like knocked into where Sari's in the corner, and he's like, and Sari's like, "Bumblebee, just stay out of his reach." And he's like, "Which one? The guy in the middle or the two on either side?" And she just like looks at him a little bit with concern, and then goes, "Just swing at all of them."
Yep. So he kind of starts, trying to be fast and using his speed to his advantage, but that doesn't work. This is when we cut up to the VIP booth where Fanzone is currently doing a war crime to a hot dog, or attempting to. Okay, he is attempting to do a war crime to a hot dog. This condiment robot is a hero.
He is.
Yeah.
Was the first white guy in the show. I noticed.
Yes, number one, and what's the first thing he does? Introduced to you on screen, he attempts to put mayonnaise on a hot dog.
Absolutely.
See, I didn't realize it was mayo when I was watching it. I thought it was mustard.
Okay, but here's the thing: there's 3 buttons. There's a red one, a yellow one, and a white one. That dude is mashing the white one.
I didn't even notice that, so I didn't realize what a crime it was.
I am
Until...
offended in retrospect. Jesus, I guess
Hideous.
this is the Midwest, isn't it?
Yeah, like.
Oh, it sure is.
Well, yeah,
It's
and of
criminals.
course, it puts the proper condiment of mustard on his hot dog, and he just goes, "This is why I hate machines."
Well, it does. Okay, to be fair, it doesn't put mustard on his hot dog. It drenches.
That's true. That point, but like,
his hot dog in mustard until it is inedible, regardless.
look, he fucking deserves it for trying to do that to the hot dog. That's when Black.
saying he's wrong.
I just want to reiterate that condiment robot is a fucking hero.
Yeah. For some reason, this part made me miss Megas XLR. I'm not sure why, but it did.
I don't know why either. Was there a lot of attempting to upsell the police department on genetically modified freaks in Megas XLR?
It was more just the idea of like a fat dude using a robot to get ketchup and mustard and mayo for his hot dog.
Except that dude, fucking whatever his name is in the Megas XLR, loves that shit. Fanzone resents it.
That's why I miss it.
Right, you want the simpler times where he wasn't
he wasn't a cop, you know.
that also Megas XLR definitely not any cops in that robot. But yeah, so Black is basically trying to get the police department to abandon Sumdak's contract in favor of using his genetically modified humans instead of robots.
I argue with one thing that you said there. What you said was basically. There is no basically here. He's doing this.
Yes.
He is. So, first of all, robot says ACAB. Second of all, so as they're talking, Fanzone's like, now you wouldn't happen to be trying to influence the police department of Detroit, Mr. Black, would you? And Prometheus is like, hell yeah, I am. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, like, obviously that's what I'm doing. And I will just say, this felt very familiar to me, because back in the day, it's probably somewhere around 2001 or so, in that time area, there were new laws put in place to prevent this kind of thing. But before then, doctors could be, for lack of a better word, wooed by drug companies in pretty lavish and ridiculous ways.
Cool.
Oh, I remember this, yeah.
Yeah. My mom was a psychiatrist. So when I was growing up, there are many things that I went to on antidepressants dimes. So I went to the Ringling Brothers Circus. I got third row above the dugout Yankees tickets.
Wow.
And like a rep would be there with us the entire time getting us snacks, by the way.
Oh my god.
And like making sure that I was like, this is literally what that was like. Now laws prevent that kind of stuff, and now the best that they can do is like taking people out to lunch. But my god, for the brief amount of time that existed, was the corruption delicious.
You know, that's why evil's attractive, you know?
Yeah.
Then Bumblebee gets yeeted through the roof.
Right. So, yeah, you can see, like, Fanzone's, like, sort of thinking about it, because he's like, yeah, like, I hate machines, and Black's like, yeah, I also hate machines. Like, think about how much better it'd be, and he, like, points down to the ring, it, like, if you could just have, like, your guys doing that, but, like, super powered, and not have to, he's like, the reason that my stuff is so much better than machines is that it's in the hands of human minds.
Wow.
Right? You don't have to worry about any of this automated process. And you can see Fanzone's like sort of like edging towards agreeing with him when old Colossus here goes crazy and slams Bumblebee through the roof and then follows him out. Not really giving a shit about any civilian casualties he might incur on the way out.
Nah, fuck that. Who cares? Whatever. This
is when the Autobots are like, we should probably do something about this. And head on
they
out.
are superheroes.
And it is also the point where Fanzone turns to Black and says, you were saying?
Yeah. So, yeah, fucking Colossus is rampaging in the parking lot trying to kill Bumblebee. The other Autobots arrive. We get a little hint at his weakness here where a bunch of car alarms start going off and Colossus reacts poorly. They don't seem to realize the connection yet, but Prowl manages to like shuriken his fucking juice pods.
Oh,
he has
there is
tinnitus.
One thing I want to mention. Yeah, there is one thing I want to mention that is important that we forgot to mention, which is as soon as Colossus like bulks up, he starts making fun of Bumblebee's size.
That's right. This entire episode is about how Bumblebee is insecure about being short.
Did they
Short King Mama A?
I kind of feel like right before this episode started, everybody saw Bumblebee's dick, and he's just like really insecure about it.
Kind of.
Well, he doesn't have one of those. We know this.
We know that in this universe they do not fuck. because Optimus did not know what that was when Sorry explained it to him in episode 3.
Wait, Sorry explained how sex works to Optimus Prime?
He asked how they made all of the tiny organics, and then Sorry leaned in and whispered something in his ear, and he looked shocked. So yes,
that's really good. Okay.
But yeah, so Bumblebee, this entire, and by the way, I love this because right after they defeat Colossus and Fanzone tells Black to fuck off, all of the Autobots, including Prowl, just start making short jokes. Like,
you know what? He deserves it. Honestly.
And you know what? Even Sorry is laughing at them. Sorry isn't like, hey guys, come on, knock it off. No, she is also roasting Bumblebee for being short. Brutal. So
yeah,
they they defeat Colossus, and Fanzone says, you know what? I will take these fucking jank ass Sumdac machines any day over this shit. And he just sort of gestures around him, and he's like, yeah. So how about you go fuck off? And Black is like, but my life's work making small men very large.
Oh, you can get a lot of money that way.
By the way, there's like, they talk about it later, but there's like weird patches on Rhodes's skin, and they talk about it later that is techno-organic circuitry. What the fuck is Black doing here? Like, what is going on?
What the fuck is Colossus Rhodes? Like,
maybe Bulkhead was right. That dude ain't human, at least not anymore.
I think he is. Yeah,
he's got like, maybe he's got like weird juice receptors sewn into his skin or something.
He has been like biomechanically altered.
Yeah, but they explicitly call that stuff techno-organic later in the episode. So
yeah.
Like, what the fuck is Prometheus Black doing? Like that, he's doing some fucking crazy shit.
Well, he's making steroids, is what he's doing.
He is.
Black Arachnias.
He literally says he's making steroids.
Yeah, he literally does. He called some steroids to Fanzone's face, I think.
Yes, he does.
Like, my steroids, and Fanzone's like, that's fine. I'm anti-machine, but I don't really care about juicing. Look at me, I'm a rectangle.
I'm the Detroit police. You think I care about that?
Barry Bonds was robbed.
So they, but after Fanzone storms off, Black finds a piece of Bumblebee's armor that got knocked off during the fight, and he's gonna say,
and it's covered in
goop,
hydraulic fluid.
Yeah, it's covered in blood.
Oh, it's covered in his fluids, huh?
Yeah, he does say later he's got Bumblebee's fluids.
Wow.
He's gonna combine it with, so he combines the fluids with his steroids, and apparently that makes the world's most corrosive substance. All right.
I say, do any of you fine folks know where I can find myself some acid?
So while he's doing this,
it's actually Gamer Boy bathwater.
So I love this. So a new character appears. He is not named, and he is not important yet. But for some reason, Porter C. Powell, who is a minor like antagonist later on, is like funding Prometheus Black, I guess.
Oh, is that the guy he gets angry at?
Yeah. So who voices him? Let me look that up real quick.
Bumper Robinson.
I knew it.
Yeah, it's Bumper Robinson again. Again, they didn't bother except for Prometheus. They didn't bother getting any new voice actors for this.
They got great
wait,
ones.
the character's name is Porter Robinson? Is that what
his name is Porter C. Powell, voiced by Bumper Robinson, who is also Bumblebee's voice actor.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like
Bumper Robinson's like a great name.
He is. He also voices the principal on the Owl House. If you watch that.
Oh yeah, it's really good. Oh. You should watch Owl House.
It's a great show. But yeah, so Porter C. Powell is basically, he actually does sound like a Southern lawyer.
Right.
But he basically tells Black that, hey, all of your investors left. They pull all their funding because your guy smashed up a bunch of shit on live TV.
Yeah, it was a bad scene, homie.
It sucked.
Yeah. You got canceled, man.
He did get canceled, and then
Yeah.
Black throws a fucking temper tantrum and smash. All right, so he's got like a classic evil guy cartoon lab, right? With like
It's
the
a
beakers
Mojo
and shit.
Jojo
It is.
lab.
It is a Mojo Jojo lab, and he just smashes a bunch of beakers. And guess what? They start spitting up horribly acrid chemical smoke and filling the entire lab.
Now, you've heard of the Midas touch, turning everything to gold. Introducing the Bumblebee's fluid touch.
Which turns everything to shit.
Turns everything to nothing.
Yeah. So then we cut. All right. So this is crazy. We cut to.
I love Melty Blood.
We cut to Sumdac, right? And he's showing off his new police robot, which
It's
one.
Ed 209.
Yeah,
It's Ed
it literally
209.
is
It's
just Ed
literally-
209.
Yeah.
Maybe we were right on Sumdac being evil if he made Ed 209.
Yeah.
And also during this, he says that okay, so there's
He works for the cops.
so but here's the thing. He says that it has improved targeting software so that they don't repeat the unfortunate incident with the captain's wife, which at first made me think, oh my god, was she gunned down by a Copbot? But later he says, give your wife my regards. So what happened if she's still alive?
What happened to the captain's wife?
What the
It
fuck?
fucked that old man.
What the fuck
Oh
happened
my
to
God.
what the fuck happened to Fanzone's wife?
That's why Fanzones hate robots. One of them cucked
Oh
him.
my god.
Yeah, the last robot was just like a giant
He was-
vibrator.
Yeah, he was fine until his wife's vibrator came to life.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, there probably are vibrator transformers.
Oh man, I didn't, you know.
I've definitely seen joke fan designs for
Oh, yeah.
sex toy transformers.
Oh, I'm so not surprised.
I mean,
at
listen,
all.
there's a line of things that are like
There was a bunch.
there's like working mice and USB sticks and like boom
There
boxes.
was a bunch of them for Rung.
Oh my god, that's right.
I know a lot of people did like a
Well,
vibrator.
to be
almost
fair,
for Rung.
yeah, I mean, what else could it be? But yes.
A little.
Wait, was there a transformer that vibrated?
No, but there was a transformer who turned into a just sort of nondescript thing. Then the joke was that nobody knew what it was for. But if you look at it, it either looks like
He kind of looks like a bullet vibrator.
yeah, it either looks like two things. It's either a pen or something that might be labeled a personal massager.
Oh, a personal massager, I see, yes.
As Rung himself would say, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
He
He was also a psychiatrist.
was a psychiatrist. He got his head blown off by one of his patients, but he was fine. He lived.
He got better.
He got better. they told him a lot of stories until he got better.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that 209 fucking explodes immediately. And
We've now hit our Bayverse quota of exploding robots.
yeah,
Yes.
and Fanzone like fucking get down, Mr. Mayor's the mayor, who by the way still has, he's appeared in like 3 scenes now. The mayor has never said anything, and I'm not sure the mayor ever actually has a line in the show, which is extremely funny.
It kind of like reverse Miss Bellum,
Yeah,
where you never see her face, but you never get to hear the mayor.
yeah. So basically what Fanzone has is he has 2 offers. On one hand is a fucking crazy Ric Flair mad scientist who's making Hulks. On the other hand is an engineer who...
Well, to be fair, he's making Banes.
He is making Banes. On the other hand is Sumdac, who can't seem to make anything without it horrifically malfunctioning or exploding or doing something to his wife.
Yeah,
Fucking her.
Jesus.
So it's just
He
like...
fucked his wife.
giving her more pleasure than he's ever been able to do.
That's right. That's why he's so mad.
Yeah, Ed 209 knows where the clit is, okay?
This is why I hate machines.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, Fanzone is like, I hate both of these options.
fuck all this, but I guess I have to stick with you.
Yeah, it goes to Sumdac. It's like, let me know when they're fixed. Don't fuck my wife.
And as for Sumdac's like, send my regards to your wife.
So, yeah, we cut over to Sari, who has discovered a part of the drone that just exploded, covered in a weird green residue. And she's like, I don't know what this is,
And so she,
but I know a very grumpy man who
and he
will.
looks at it and goes, "Yep, that's goo."
Takes it to Ratchet, yeah.
And yeah, definitely sabotage, but he's never seen anything like this. Meanwhile, everyone is still making short jokes at Bumblebee.
As
Yeah.
they should. Honestly, I would too.
Literally, Prowl makes one, and who high fives him? Is it Optimus or Ratchet? Or it's Bulkhead, I think. Bulkhead high fives him. He's like, damn.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's because it's something about his temper
Yes,
being
he's
short.
got a short fuse.
Yeah,
And Bumblebee's like, fuck you guys. Are you kidding me?
yeah, and yeah. And Bulkhead says, yeah, sorry, it's not our fault that you came up a little short in your fight.
Jesus.
They're
They're really
and sorry,
just,
he's like-
they're really busting his balls in this episode.
Yeah, it is awful. And Sorry's like, stop yucking around, you assholes. My dad's may be in danger.
Speaking of, cut to Sumdac Tower, where a very goopy man has entered the lobby.
Yeah.
He wants to see
He
Isaac
does a
Sumdac.
crime.
Yeah!
He does a future crime here.
Yes,
This is what David Cronenberg was
Crime
talking
is-
about.
This was a hate crime, honestly.
Yeah, he melts this robot receptionist. He introduces himself as Meltdown.
Which is such a less cool name than Prometheus.
Yeah, Prometheus Black is a very cool name.
You
Meltdown.
literally, he did not need a pseudonym. His name was Prometheus Black.
He's also, oh, by the way, he's also walking goop at
Yes,
this
he
point.
is. He is
Yes.
walking goop in a disco suit with robot arms.
Yes.
I love Disco
He
Elysium.
literally has platform boots on.
It's
Why? I don't know, but he's got
'Cause he's a
style.
Because he's an old school wrestler, probably.
So yeah,
Yeah,
he
like-
goes upstairs as all of the Autobots realize, oh fuck, Isaac Sumdac's probably about to get melted. So they start racing over there. Meanwhile, Prometheus Black busts into Sumdac's office and he just starts going on a rant about like I
Where
went to
did
college.
this come from? Where the fuck did this come from? This was like
He's got a lot of deep seated jealousy of Isaac Sumdac. And to be fair to Prometheus Black, he literally did succeed because something fell out of the sky.
Now,
Like
I will
he
say-
literally
yes.
did get lucky.
now, I will say, I have not watched the Game Grumps in a long time, but this is literally Aaron Hansen going, "You're a freak! You're a freak!"
Yep.
Over and over, except it's at himself.
Yeah, he's like, look at me, I've turned into a freak. And it's like, buddy, you're the one who started smashing chemical flasks around because you got pissy. Like, listen, man, I don't know if you can blame this on Sumdac. I think this is all just your fault, buddy. I'm sorry.
I will say I really like his line where he's like, I am smarter, better looking, and more educated than you.
I wonder if
Like-
maybe Sumdac didn't go to college. Like,
Maybe
yeah.
not.
Maybe this
Maybe
guy
not.
this guy went to Harvard, you know.
yeah, and he's very proud of that fact.
Yeah.
He went to UMich, let's be real.
God.
And he's an Ann Arbor boy.
This is when all right. So I love that they even make fun of this in the episode. So they get to the Sumdac Tower and they run face first into a force field. And Sari goes, "Oh yeah, when the tower gets attacked, it puts up defenses, impenetrable defenses." Bumblebee goes, "That's fucking stupid. What if someone needs to get in?"
Yeah, you're locked in here with... I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
So Ratchet manages to like open a hole in it with his magnet powers, but it's and Bulkhead tries to get through, but his ass is too fat to
he's
make
too
it
dummy
through.
thick. It's just-
Guess
It keeps alerting the invisible
Yeah.
force field.
guess what, everyone? The only one who
The
can
clank of his ass cheeks.
the clank. That's what the chair is made out of. The only one who can get through is the short king.
Whoa.
Mama A.
Wow.
5 foot something and he's royalty.
You know something? Everybody really does have their place.
It's true. Bumblebee's place is fitting through small spaces. So Sari and Bumblebee head through the force field. Meanwhile, Colossus Road shows up and starts.
Well,
Starts jerking off?
Well, you know.
to be fair, really quickly, Prowl could have gone through, but Bulkhead,
That's right. Bulkhead's
Was-
fat ass was in the way.
right?
So
Bumblebee goes first, and then Bulkhead does,
Yes.
and then everyone else is screwed.
that's right. Prowl's like, well, God damn it. Bulkhead almost gets his ass squeezed off by the force field.
Yeah, a little bit of a saw trap.
So yeah, this is when Colossus Rhodes shows up. He jacks off a little bit, and then he starts just beating the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
Prowl tries to do the thing where he cuts the fuel lines again, or the steroid lines again, but he just goes, Prometheus fixed that shit immediately. Which, hey, that's smart. He is right. He is more intelligent than Sumdac, who, by the way, is about to be imminently be melted.
Yeah. In the tower, they get inside. Bumblebee and Sorry find the elevator's cables, and they're melted. I like what he does here,
it's
where
funny.
he like wheels his way up the elevator
He
shaft.
like lays in it horizontally so that his shoulder wheels and his foot wheels are up against the wall, and he just drives up it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And Sorry's like, okay, I know like how to deactivate the force field, so I'm gonna do that. Don't die, I guess.
Yeah. So Bumblebee draws aggro, and he gets Meltdown away from Sumdac and Sorry. Meanwhile,
It's good.
Colossus Rhodes yeets Optimus into a fucking bell. As a result, though,
As Prime plays Quasimodo.
Oh no! At this point, Colossus realizes that he's Venom.
he does like they should try shooting him with fire next to see if that also works. But yeah, they realize that Prowl realizes that his techno-organic stuff reacts poorly to sound. So he just tells Prime to start wailing on that bell, and Prime pulls out the axe and just starts
As Prime
going to
plays
town.
Quasimodo.
And I love this because then Ratchet pulls the bell down and puts it like 3 inches away from Rhodes' face. As Optimus is still wailing on it with this fucking axe. It's amazing.
Hey guys, do you get it? They rang the bell.
They did.
Match is over. Yeah.
They also
Symbolism.
just deafened this man.
Yeah, he's deaf forever. But yeah, also one thing I forgot to mention. So I feel like they had to pad out a portion of this episode because maybe it came up short. Because earlier on, when the Autobots,
like Bumblebee,
when the Autobots leave, just like Bumblebee, when the Autobots leave, all of them get the full anime transformation into vehicle mode cut-ins. All of them.
Yeah.
And it's like, you guys weren't able to fill all 24 minutes, were you?
Oh man, this really does remind me of vampires now. They bring that up. Yeah.
It's like when The Simpsons has the big circus couch gag that's really long. and the long intro is like, oh, you guys really had to fit it in for time, huh?
Yeah, I remember when they would have like articles on like the news about how this latest Simpsons couch gag is like huge,
right? Well,
the most ambitious couch gag ever.
Because they did keep getting like guest artists and shit, like some really crazy gets for these couch gags.
Yeah.
But so Sorry turns off the force field just as Bumblebee and Meltdown reach the ground level. So Bulkhead's able to get in there and immediately start melting.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
he didn't need those parts.
So they have to figure out how to do this. I think, then Ratchet runs in. Optimus tries slamming bell down over Meltdown.
It does not work. Because it melts through everything. And there's actually a point, I can't remember who turns to him, but it's like, what part of melts through everything do you not remember?
Oh, yeah. It turns out that, actually, Prometheus Black has very good hearing and takes care of his ears and wears earplugs when he needs to when he's at a sporting event. So he's unaffected.
But, what they do realize, someone has the idea, I think it's maybe Optimus? Or maybe, Sorry, I can't remember, but someone's like, well, what if it's not like a physical thing? What if it's a force field, an impenetrable force field?
Yep.
And they're like, yeah, that's it. So Sorry quickly reactivates the force field, and Ratchet is able to like wrap it around Meltdown and secure, contain, and protect him.
Yeah, and like a ball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're stuck forever in a ball.
And he's like, there's his own acid in it, and he's just sitting in a pile of his own acid,
Yep.
and Bulkhead's like, we should let him sit in his own juice for a bit.
Oh God.
Bro,
It's gross.
Ugh.
I should mention that his acid's like army green.
you know it smell crazy in there.
Yeah.
It looks like shit. Like literally, it looks like
I
shit.
know it
He-
smell crazy in there.
He just.
I know it does.
It's not actually acid. It's just like really awful diarrhea.
Oh. Well,
Making a lot of wet shit jokes.
we
on this.
really are. It keeps
So-
You
coming
know.
up. I'm really afraid when we're going to get to the
It does
episode
keep
of
coming
Beast
up.
Wars where Rhinox rips a huge fart. That is a thing that will happen.
I remember that. Yeah.
So yeah, then
That's good.
this is when Bumblebee's like, yeah, but I'm hot shit now, huh? I was the only one who's able to do anything because I'm short and I'm fast. And everyone's like, this is gonna be our whole fucking week, huh?
Yeah, this was the moment that I realized, I actually I'm kind of sick of Bumblebee. I'm glad the episode's over now.
Animated Bumblebee is a lot to handle. He's
Yeah.
like by far the most egotistical Bumblebee, which is why he has so much conflict with Prowl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because he's egotistical, but in like a different way.
you could say he's a foil.
All right, we have a lot of questions,
Yeah,
because
'cause
we
we have
got a
last
lot of
week's
so let's hit him. Let's hit him hard and fast, and just like
Go.
just like Bumblebee he's fast. So first of all, from last week, Slipstream Sam asks, Autobots in high school, who fits in with what cliques? Who is prom king / queen? Who eggs the principal's house? Bumblebee eggs the principal's house. At least this one does.
I feel like Megatron got no girls.
And that's why he's like this?
Yeah.
Well, it is just the Autobots we're talking
Yeah.
about here.
Well,
just the Autobots.
Let me-
Well,
and
you
let me
know.
push my glasses up. Technically, and I more than meets the eye.
Bumblebee is prom king and Prowl is prom queen.
Well, then who eggs the principal's house? Sentinel?
Bulkhead.
No, it's definitely Sentinel Prime, and then he blames it on Bulkhead.
Oh yeah, exactly.
As
Do you
for-
think Optimus went through a rebellious phase?
Oh fuck! Optimus with
This one did.
Optimus
Yeah.
with Liberty Spikes.
Optimus has like a nose ring.
Oh shit!
I've seen that fan art, by the way.
I'm
Oh,
sure.
I was gonna say I've definitely seen Optimus in a spiked TFA Optimus in a spiked collar, but I don't want to go into that.
All right, well,
Yeah, you don't want to incriminate yourself. I
you-
understand.
Yeah.
You give that one on the down low. Next up, Yankee with Brim. Chassis asks, if you could pick another city for the Autobots to be stationed, which one would it be? Doesn't have to be solely in the United States either.
I mean, the one that immediately comes to mind in the U.S. is San Francisco, is Silicon Valley.
Oh shit! Oh my god! The Zepticon allied human could be like, what if Sumdac was a real piece of shit? Like even more textually. What if he was just some fucking Silicon Valley startup guy?
It's Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. What if the Juicero dude met Megatron?
Oh, the Juicero dude. Yeah. Oh man.
So for me, like that's like the immediate obvious choice. I would also, if we're not keeping it to just the U.S., I would also put in my hat for Cape Town.
Ooh.
So I think I mentioned before that I studied abroad in Cape Town on this podcast, but I spent like 6 months there. Almost all of my friends who are actual South Africans ended up jobs in the tech sector, and it is one of the like major tech. Like there's, oh
Wow.
God, what is it called? I think it's just called the Silicon Cape or whatever, but it's one of the major like tech headquarters within Africa. So
That's
I think
cool.
it's also like a really interesting city just in terms of its location because it's built right between the ocean and Table Mountain, which is this huge mountain that it's built into the side of. So I think being like that as urban as it is, but like that close to nature as well, to like real like forest.
You get some
is-
beast former action in there.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting.
I
Also, the baboons just steal your ice cream.
Oh shit!
I-
Baboon
and I think-
Transformer.
I have
Those things are wicked.
I
And
have
I don't mean that in the Boston way. Sorry.
I have like always I've always been interested or at least very recently, been interested in the idea of like giant robots fighting in like the swamp. You know, so maybe
fuck.
like Louisiana,
Nolans.
like Nolans, some Nolans Transformers.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's where you put the Decepticons getting fucking wasted from G1.
Yeah.
They go down to New Orleans during Mardi Gras. Who gets the most Mardi Gras beads?
Bumblebee.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bumblebee.
in
too.
G1?
Yeah.
In G1, Starscream.
Yeah.
Followed by Mirage.
Oh shit, yeah. All right, next up.
Followed by Beachcomber, but not because he's being slutty.
Yeah, he's just so chill, man.
Yeah.
Next up from Black Arachnia Lovebot, that's Cass. If a different bug was infected by the nanobots, which do you think would stand the best chance against the Autobots? So, Jordan, in the first episode, a bunch of nanobots infected a cockroach and made it like Akira out into a big monster.
Oh, that's cool.
So, like, what would be the right bug for the matchup against these Autobots?
I don't know if this will technically count, because it's not technically a bug, but I'm going to say a worm.
Yeah, big worm.
You can cut that thing in half over and over.
Yeah, Shai Hulud.
It's like a Hydra.
Yeah, like, but the thing about the bug thing is, right, is that it wasn't necessarily the bug part that was the big issue. It was the nanobot part. So, like, you could put nanobots into any bug, and it would present just as big of a problem.
I think a rhinoceros beetle would fuck him up.
It would certainly have way more armaments, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's already like a walking tank.
Yeah, it would be way harder to fight, I think. It would be way less gooey. Aura Animated asks, which cast of Decepticons would make the funniest workplace sitcom? Ooh.
G1.
Yeah. Like G1 cartoon. Like, give...
Yeah.
It already basically is a workplace
Exactly.
sitcom.
No, 100%
whenever the
is.
Decepticons are on screen. Who looks in the camera like fucking Jim Office? Is it Soundwave?
Soundwave. Absolutely, it's Soundwave.
Oh, man.
Soundwave and all his shitty kids.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. Not all of them, but Ravage.
Oh, yeah, it would be Ravage.
Ravage and Soundwave together just turn into the camera like they're on The Office.
Black Arachnia Lovebot asks, if you were to be a low-down super criminal like the Angry Archer, what would be your aesthetic? Well, so basically, if you were a supervillain, what would be your theme?
A supervillain, or like specifically kind of a shitty one?
Like, I guess specifically a like villain from a Teen Titans-esque superhero show.
Oh, okay.
I think I would basically be the like feminist supervillain from Powerpuff Girls.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I can't remember what her name is, but
What is her name? Was she the hair lady? Was she the
Femme
no,
Fatale?
she's not.
It was Femme
it's
Fatale, I think. Yeah.
You're thinking of Sedusa. The hair lady Sedusa. But I'm
Sedusa.
talking about
Man,
Femme Fatale.
how the fuck did they get away with Sedusa?
Oh god, I know,
That's
right?
crazy.
The episode where
Right?
she fought Miss Bellum, like, geez, they
Oh yeah,
the fucking
that's why I'm a lesbian.
I
like,
respect that.
the network
respect that.
censors were just asleep that day, and they were like, quick, get the fucking Sedusa episode out right now.
Oh god.
I mean, they also had him.
That's true.
There was a lot that they had into Powerpuff Girls.
There was
that
some
was like,
stuff going on.
Him, named after the pronouns that he doesn't use.
It's true. Well, it's part of the was it the pronoun cinematic universe, my favorite letterbox playlist.
Stop.
The PCU.
Yeah, so my aesthetic, I would control
It's the blue hair and pronouns.
Yes.
Excuse you.
I would control various lizards to do crimes. I would be like the guy who has apes, except much less effective because I use lizards who are slower.
So, you know how all of these, like, cartoons, like, they have, like, one episode where the bad guy is a dude with, like, an electric guitar who just plays really loud and, like, causes stuff to go nuts? That's me. That's what I would do.
Remember when the Teen Titans had a villain whose powers were literally just that he was British?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
That he was a beetle.
That was a great fucking Mad Mod. What a great episode.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that was good, yeah.
It's like the
It
episode.
is. Also for Black Arachnia Lovebot, if this Starscream met Prime Starscream, who blinks first? Does it matter?
Prime.
Yeah,
does. First of all, Prime does, and it does matter because animated gets the top then.
Yeah, I think the thing is that animated Starscream just has so much more bravado. Like,
here's the thing, and again, we talked about it. Like, at his best, Prime Starscream is pretty good, but he's just inconsistent.
Yeah, he would just be overpowered by animated Starscream's sheer fucking ego.
Yeah.
I don't think any Starscream would ever truly be a top, though.
I'm running down the list in my head. And you're right. I can't think of one.
No, I mean, none of them are tops, but except
Power
when it comes
bottom,
to each other.
I think maybe I could see,
That's right.
But, yeah.
So, from Aurora Animated, do the Geneva Conventions apply to Transformers? No.
No, absolutely not. Are you kidding me? No.
That's why Bayformers Prime is like that.
Wait,
Would
what?
Ratchet be forced to change? Oh, Bayformers Prime is...
He's a fucking bloodthirsty mass murderer.
Oh,
who
Bayformers.
Loves,
Okay, you mean
Bayformers,
Optimus
yeah,
Prime.
Bayformers
I got
Optimus.
confused.
Yeah.
No,
I thought you were like, there's a Michael Bay Transformers Prime. I was like,
no,
what? Okay.
No, Bayformers Optimus is just a bloodthirsty freak.
He is. Like, it's crazy.
Nightmare Man. But funny about that though, IDW does have an extended sequence where a bunch of Autobots get tried for war crimes, or not, or one Autobot does. Mostly it's Decepticons.
Yeah, but one Autobot certainly does.
Which Autobot is it?
Good old Flame. He's a normal man who certainly didn't do anything fucked up. So yes. Also from Aurora Animated, would Ratchet be forced to change his symbol to a blue cross? Not in this one.
And legally, yeah, but legally, yes.
Legally, yes. Not in this one, though, because he has the, heart monitor symbol on his doors instead.
So,
right.
Yeah, so, fun fact, in recent Doom ports, they have had to change the med kits to, little red and white pills, and a lot of people are very upset about it.
Because of Geneva Conventions. Yeah, because Ratchet actually shoots people in animated.
Not in animated. He only uses magnets in animated. He doesn't have a gun. Technically.
Or maybe because he's associated with people who shoot guns.
I guess so. But none of them really have the closest is Bumblebee, who has the zappers, but they seem so weak.
Right.
It's like, who knows? Maybe he would be all right. But, my favorite one of those is when they, in Skullgirls, the ninja nurse Valentine had red cross shurikens. So at some point they made them pink. And I believe recently they just entirely changed what symbol they are. So they aren't even crosses anymore.
Oh.
Or Animated asks, is Ratchet going to be impounded because of his unpaid traffic tickets, referring to episode 3?
No, but the ambulance he scanned is going to.
We discussed this. That's right. The guy who drives that ambulance is about to get a really nasty bill, and Ratchet's gonna have to.
Sucks.
Ratchet's gonna have to go to court, which is gonna piss him off even more. Also from Aura Animated, what would be the shittiest state for the Autobots to land on? I want a Maryland show where they're all living in Big Bill hells.
I mean, I'm going to say it's Mississippi just because I think Mississippi is objectively the shittiest state.
It's not good. It's
by all standards that anyone counts, I believe it's.
We should just abandon.
You're
really gonna say that when Ohio's right there?
Okay, but at least Ohio isn't Mosquito City.
Oh, at least Ohio's capital city has drinking water
That's
right
true.
now.
Yeah, but Ohio's just weird.
Ohio is weird.
It's weird.
I do want to see a
Transformers.
I really want to see a Transformers series in Ohio, though.
That's fair.
I don't like Ohio, but Mississippi's a shit show. It's not just 50th; it's like 51st.
Bottom of the list.
In all the things that because they count DC.
Worst bathrooms. I can guarantee you this. When we went through a road trip one time, worst rest stops you will ever find. That is a fucking biohazard.
I'm just thinking about how, how in Daredevil they talk about how, he's saving Hell's Kitchen, and since I don't live in New York, it took me a long time to learn that Hell's Kitchen is 50 3 blocks or
Yeah,
something.
it's like
It's not 3 blocks, but
it's
is a small neighborhood. Yes.
Yeah.
So what if they just had to stay in Hell's Kitchen for some reason?
Oh my
and
God.
just like that was the only area they could be in New York.
A small neighborhood that
Pretty
was
good.
heavily
Yeah.
gentrified in real life, so technically Kingpin
Of
won.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our animated still on last week's questions asks, we got SpongeBob and Patrick and another show we had, Mr. Crimes. What Auto or Decepticon, I presume she meant to say, would you want Roger Bumpus to voice?
Okay, I have 2 answers for this.
Yes.
My real true and my heart to heart answers is Mirage.
Oh shit. That, you know what's funny? I think that's also the first thing I thought of when I saw this.
It is Mirage, but Mirage, as we've discussed many times, has not shown up since G1.
Yeah.
So my more likely actual answer is Shockwave.
Oh shit. Oh, he'd be a good Shockwave. He could channel the Corey Burton Shockwave very easily.
It's science.
Maybe Soundwave. I'm
No,
trying to pull out.
Soundwave,
I'm trying to pull out the robots that I remember.
See, Soundwave
basically.
has to be like very, because like the thing about Soundwave is Frank Welker literally did the Dr. Claw voice, and they
Oh, yeah.
they like modulated it. So but Shockwave has always been kind of a snooty asshole. So like it would be perfect for him.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. And finally, Spike asked, have you listened to the Jam Project songs for the Japanese version of Animated? How hard do they rock? Very. Animated's Japanese opening kicks ass, mostly because it has almost nothing to do with the show itself. Half the characters who show up in it barely are in the show. Like,
I mean, that's how Japanese
Exactly.
intros usually are. It's like they're just unrelated songs that are cool.
Yeah, well, no,
kind of seem like they fit.
Well, no, to be fair, this one was specifically written for this. It's a song called Transformers Evo, and it is on Spotify, and you can go listen to it, and it does slap.
It is like the Armada openings, which did slap as well.
Yeah.
The second one especially.
Yeah, the first one's pretty generic. Second one slaps ass.
Jam Project rules.
They do. Hornmy Starscream asks, the Matrix of Leadership keeps coming up. What the fuck is the Matrix of Leadership? Are there other matrices?
Okay, so when 2 gods love each other very, very much, they put all of their energy into a dinghy.
That's right. It's like if...
And then they prescribe the divine right of kings to the land.
What if a coconut contained all of Wikipedia? That's basically what the Matrix of Leadership is.
Okay.
Also, sometimes...
And also stem cells.
Yeah, also sometimes it can create life or kill the devil.
So it is cum.
Yeah,
it is cum.
it's...
Yeah, you can kill the devil with cum.
The thing about the Matrix of Leadership is that it, it's basically the same in every continuity in that it is basically the kind of standard of office for the Autobot commander, right? In most places where it pops up. It often can do miraculous things, but only at the darkest hour. Sometimes it can bestow life into other Transformers, like in the Marvel comics. And
it's the
in
Deus Ex
IDW.
Machina machine.
Yeah, basically. It literally is. It was created to be a MacGuffin for the 86 movie, and it just stuck around as like a big part of... Well, okay, technically the creation matrix predates the Matrix of Leadership in the Marvel comics, but that's a whole other thing we can't get into right now. You can just go read the TAF wiki on the Matrix of Leadership. There's also sometimes an evil matrix and a Decepticon matrix, and we don't have to worry about any of that shit. All you need to know is that it's a coconut full of knowledge juice.
Cool.
Black Racking Lovebot, in our last question for last week is, what is your favorite instance of cryostasis in fiction? Favorite trope with regards to it?
Well, I've been watching my way through Futurama.
That is a good one.
Obviously the first thing that came to mind.
Really good one.
But Futurama's not my favorite show. I think it's Khan in Star Trek.
Oh yeah, I forget. Yeah, he was frozen in cryostasis.
He was frozen in cryostasis.
He's
a space racist, but good episode.
I really like the stupid thing from Demolition Man where they just freeze him as like a punishment.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, and he's just like, apparently there was like some like Planet Hollywood location or something
With
that
the-
just
yeah.
had that prop of Sylvester Stallone in ice.
The wet naked Stallone. Yeah, they had like the unfrozen Stallone prop.
Oh, God.
So you could like eat underneath his naked body.
Yeah.
Oh man, mine, like, for some reason the first thing I thought of was Interstellar. Like, listen, I know that movie ain't perfect. However, the scene where he, like, it isn't necessarily directly related to the cryostasis, but the scene where he, like, watches all of the messages from his kids and realizes that fucking, like, 40 years has passed since he left.
Yeah.
And, like, experiences every human emotion at the same time. Gets me every time.
I did also immediately think of Alien.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that was actually the first thing that came to mind.
Another one.
But-
Yeah, that's
but
right.
it
Another one.
doesn't really count, I feel like, because they were only in there for like a matter of days.
Yeah, well, and then the other, well, also,
Or maybe it was a few years.
so like
but...
it does factor into the beginning of Aliens, right? Where she wakes up and
Yes.
like it's been fucking like 30 years or whatever.
Yeah,
right.
I
Yeah,
remember
that one
yeah.
it counts. But I immediately thought of the first one where, you know, that great scene of her waking up first and preparing everything.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah,
this
that's
would make me remember Gunbuster, although I think that what happens in Gunbuster is more a result of like speed, like faster than light travel, just fucking up time or something.
Right.
Gunbuster's really good.
All right. Now we move on to this week's questions. First up from Slipstream Sam, who is your favorite hater on each side of the war? Also, which Cybertronian chin would make the best weapon if reverse engineered? I mean, obviously Sentinel Prime.
Right. That's an easy one. It's Sentinel. As for hater, gotta be Starscream for the Decepticons.
And we haven't seen him yet, but however, Sentinel is the world's biggest hater on the Autobot side.
He is.
And he's amazing.
But I don't like him.
I love
don't
how
like
shitty
him.
he is. Well, who is your favorite actual hater? Is it Ratchet? He's kind of a hater, but like,
Okay, wait. Okay. You need to cut this part because it's spoilers.
I'm gonna say
but-
who I think you're gonna say.
Yeah, my actual answer for both sides is Shockwave.
Yeah, I'm gonna bleep that out,
Yeah.
and no one will know what you said, but
Yeah.
people who know will know.
But
So
the people who know.
So-
But okay, on the Autobots, just really quick. Let me see.
So can I
Okay.
branch beyond just like animated
Sure.
and talk about
we never ever get off track talking about any other shit ever. You need to stay on topic at all times.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We
I'm sorry.
have mentioned at least 4 continuities in this. 5,
Because I think to me
6.
the best hater in Transformers to me will always be Dinobot.
Oh, he is a
From-
fuhater.
Dinobot is a little hater, yeah.
Dinobot rules, and he's such a dick.
He hates that fucking rat so much.
He hates him so
To be fair,
much. I get it.
Rat Trap sucks.
Yeah.
Rat Trap does suck.
Every crew
Rat trap.
has the guy who sucks.
He's their Bumblebee.
He is. Aura Animated asks, what color blood is the most dangerous? Parentheses, not Homestuck related. Sure.
Oh God.
Sure.
You're on thin ice.
Well, let's see.
Uh.
I think that like there's this specific color, like somewhere in between green and yellow. There's like a sweet spot where it's like if it's too yellow, then it's just like mucus, and if it's too green, it's just a different kind of mucus.
You're talking
but
about
if it's like right,
xenomorph blood.
yeah, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, and it's like that's the acid color,
Yeah.
and that will mean you're dead.
I'm gonna say that it's blue because blue bloods control the means of production.
Damn.
Makes you think.
Yeah.
I think the only two like Energon blood colors I know of are it's either blue or pink. In IW it's pink. In most other things it's blue. I think it's blue in this.
They have
In G1 it's pink.
Yeah.
They have Danganronpa blood?
Well, no, I think in G1 it's blue, at least in the cartoon.
No, in G
because
the Energon cubes that they
that's
consume
true.
is blue, but their blood
Yeah,
is
because
pink.
no, it's like because I think when Optimus and Megatron are beating the shit out of each other, Megatron is like bleeding bright blue fluids.
It's coolant.
Maybe.
Yeah. So Stormcast, parentheses Tacklejacks, asks, that Peter Stormare, huh? What was your first experience with this guy?
Okay. The first time I actually saw him in my life, chronologically in my life, was Lost World, Jurassic Park.
Oh, was he in Lost World?
He is. He's one of the InGen guys.
Oh, shit, he was.
Oh, he was in Prison Break and Constantine.
He was.
Now,
he
the
plays
first thing
Satan
that-
in Constantine. The movie.
Oh, well then that's what it was for me. Yeah. Oh, he was good in that. He was a good Satan.
In terms of things that came out chronologically, but I saw much more recently, Fargo is the first thing he was in that I saw.
Yeah.
I think...
But it was Lost World.
The first thing I saw him in, I think, was actually John Wick 2. Because he's right at the beginning playing the guy from the first movie's like cousin or something. But he's been in several things that I've watched a lot of. He plays Godbrand in the Netflix Castlevania show.
Sure does.
He's great in that. He plays Chernabog in American Gods. Also great in that.
Ooh, he's
in a
Seinfeld.
bunch of video games.
He is in a lot of video games. He's in Black Ops. He's in Call of Duty Black Ops. He was, oh my god, where he was a guy in Ben 10. I believe he's the villain of a Scooby-Doo movie that was also turned into a video game. He was the voice in the short-lived MMO The Secret World, which I remember the marketing a lot for, but obviously never
He's
played.
in Destiny and Destiny 2.
Yeah.
He was in Tim and Eric. Awesome show, great job.
Oh
as
my
Gorb.
god, Gorb. That sounds like a Peter Stormare character. Of course he was in a Command and Conquer. Of course he was in a Command and Conquer. Look at that man. Of course he was. But yeah, he's just like, he just pops up everywhere. He's just got one of those things like, you have a weird voice. Let me.
He was in a show. All I know about it is it's on IMDb. It's called Zootopia.
Yes, it is called Zootopia. He was also in a TV movie called Sperm Boat. So, you know.
Wow.
He's Whiplash and Phineas and Ferb.
He was in a...
We're just all rolling down fucking Peter Stormare's IMDb,
I'm
just
just
being like,
yeah,
well, he was
anyway.
in...
I'm just going to
he
read
was in
down...
Rupture as Terrence.
I'm just going to read down, like, 3 things here. Gnomes and Trolls, The Secret Chamber as Prickles, which is a voice role. The next one under that, in 2008, Orgies and the Meaning of Life as Ivan Michigan.
That's a good name.
And under that, Command and Conquer Red Alert 3 as Dr. Gregor
Nice.
Zielinski.
He was also in Age of Summer as Rock God.
Hell yeah. But yeah, also he shows up on like every police procedural ever, because like if you want to play a weird, vaguely Eastern European guy, well, there you go. He was apparently Dracula in a video called The Batman vs. Dracula.
I saw that. Yeah.
So
he'd be a good Dracula, yeah.
Look, he's got a lot. He's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
But that's Peter Stormare. Long, fun history of just being a weird guy who shows up sometimes. You know, like
he's one of those guys who are just, oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those character actors who are like, wait a minute, I know that guy.
Yeah, I've seen that guy. Yeah.
He was in this. He was in the Fast and the Furious video game. Oh boy. Aurora Animated asks, what do you use lightning powers for?
Lowering my Con Ed bill.
Yeah, charging my phone. My charging port's fucked up right now, so I can't charge it in the car or like use my Android Auto in the car right now. So like, I would be very helpful if I could charge it.
What I would like to do is to grab a trash can lid and throw it on the ground and then jump on it and then like skate on a bunch of like telephone wires.
Well, that'll never happen.
Superhero.
That'll never happen.
Static Shock.
I don't know where you got that idea. That's a preposterous.
I don't know. It was just some idea I had in my head for a little while.
Speaking of cartoons from this era.
Yeah.
Next, you're going to tell me there's a little gay boy who's good at machines.
Oh, well, we won't say that he's gay.
That's true. We can't say that in 2005.
We can't say
Not
that.
in the cartoon.
Not
we will in the comic, though.
No. Yeah, we also won't say that that fire bully guy is a racist. We won't say that either.
Let's simply imply it. Black Arachne Lovebot asks, if you had to make a sports-inspired OC Transformers for Fanzone to have wacky adventure and eventually bond with over their love of hot dogs with mayo, no, not if. You have to right now, please. So we she is demanding that we do this.
Okay, so pitching
I love
machine.
sports.
Pitching machine. Just like
Okay.
the obvious answer.
Well, okay, here's the thing. What do we think is Fanzone's favorite sport? Is it hockey? Is it football? Like,
Oh, he might be a Bears fan.
oh shit. Well, maybe.
Wait, Detroit, so a Lions fan.
So he's really suffering then.
Yeah, he's in pain right now.
That's why. That's why
and for
he's
a
like,
long time.
Yeah, that's why he's like this. It's like 2050 or whatever, and the Detroit Lions have still never won a Super Bowl.
Oh my god, Peter Stormare has a birthday the day before mine.
Oh,
Whoa.
your birthday buddies with that one weird guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A sports-inspired OC Transformer. I think it is a Zamboni
Okay, that's a good choice, actually. Yeah.
named Ice Block, who's like he's kind of bumbling, but he's got a good heart. And damn it, Fanzone just can't stay mad at his buddy Ice Block.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it with, he's a pitching machine named, Spitball.
Sure.
And,
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and he's just he's got kind of a New York accent.
Oh, so they have kind of like beef over their sports teams where they bond over it in that way?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's a Mets fan. Fanzone's probably like a White Sox fan, and like,
You know, yeah, you know what it is? Or, yeah, he's a Mets fan, and that's the thing, they both hate the Yankees.
there we go. Blacker Acting Lovebot also asks, "Oh, did you have one, Audrey? Do you?
Oh, Jesus.
You have to
Yeah, I have to.
right now, please. That's what it says.
I'm okay. It turns into a scoreboard.
Oh shit!
That's good.
What's his name?
I know. I think maybe like uptick.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Backboard. No. Oh man.
Uptick
Yeah,
is a
no,
good
I'm
one.
gonna say uptick.
Uptick.
Yeah.
Uptick is a
Alright.
good one.
All right.
I was originally going to say a tennis-based something named Deuce, but I couldn't for the life of me think about what the alt mode would be.
Yeah, what the
Turns
what
into
the
a
fuck kind
net.
of tennis gear is there? It turns into a visor.
No, it's like how Megatron turns into a gun. It turns into like a tennis racket.
Tennis racket. The world's greatest tennis racket. And he and Fanzone like end up in Wimbledon, and like they bumble their way in there. It's like, well, how are we gonna
it's
get out
great.
of this mess? Black Rack and Lovebot also asks, if a Twitter leftist was found to be working for Sumdac, would they be canceled? Yes.
Yeah.
Sumdac Systems arms the cops with Ed 209.
I was just gonna say Subdac works for the fucking cops. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Some deck is, I mean, it is literally Lockheed Martin.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's a defense contractor. I don't know if Meltdown's in the wrong in this episode.
To be fair, he was also his ambition was also becoming a defense contractor, so like not the greatest, but I mean, I guess
Yeah.
critical support for Meltdown, I guess is what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, but he turned. You know,
he could he would have been
he did self crit.
It's true. Speaking of, our animated asks, has using yourself as a human lab rat ever turned out well?
Define well.
Define lab rat. I mean, there's lots of
Yeah.
things like recipes I've tried on myself that turned out great.
I think specifically
but-
we're talking about like forbidden science, and I am struggling to come up with an example of like someone going, "Damn, this is great! I love it." At least for like an extended period of
Well,
time, because
What kind of
Well,
experiment?
I've experimented with drugs that turned out pretty well.
yeah.
I think
there you go.
that's-
Yeah, all right.
I was dancing around that one, but yeah.
That counts. That counts.
That's the closest I've ever gotten to is that
Yeah.
I've put illicit substances into my body and had a pretty good time with them.
There you
So
go.
Yeah.
But did you know what they were gonna do?
I had a general
Okay,
idea.
well that's the thing. I feel like to be a human lab, you're like, well,
Well, okay. I think something about dosing. All right, I will just say the first time I had an edible, I met God.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I consider that. Well, here's the thing: I had a roommate who was a total pothead, and she got us edibles, and she said eat half. I heard that's half. So I ate the whole thing, and then I was immobilized for the next 18 hours.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And met God, had a tea party, high-fived him, and came back down.
One
so
time,
I would call that lab ratting.
one time I got a tincture, and I didn't realize how tinctures worked. So I took too much of it and then went to work.
Oh.
And then halfway through stocking shelves, I was like, wow, look at my hands. My hands are pretty cool, actually.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Oh, no.
I straight up went to my coworker like, hey, I am so sorry. I got too high.
I gotta go.
I was so lucky. He was like, he was cool about it. I was lucky he was on staff today.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say I did not know it was going to do that.
That's true. There you go. I'd say that
I would
counts.
consider that a
Yes.
lab rat, yes.
Finally, Aurora Animated asks, what would the show be like if a big monster had landed in Prometheus's backyard instead of Sundak's?
Less racist accents, probably.
Less racist accents, more goo.
More weird accents.
Oh, yeah, more just like scratching your head accents. Because I would not have been able to identify Peter Stormare's accent as Swedish.
There's gonna be like some Hungarian accents there, like some that like you just don't run into that much in media generally.
To me, Peter Stormare's accent
Western
to me
media,
is similar
American
to Tommy Wiseau's accent, where like this could be 7 different things, and it's also all 7 of them at once.
Yes.
And none of them. You're
yeah,
wrong
like
on
all
every
of them are
single
also
one of them.
wrong. It's like, well, okay, he's just an international man of mystery, I guess.
Yes, he is all of Eastern Europe.
Peter Stormare, I feel like, is like Tommy Wiseau come back from the Bad Future timeline. Like he's Cable Tommy Wiseau. I feel like that might be what happened here.
Are you sure he's from the bad future?
Maybe. I mean, is he
And versus Tommy Wiseau?
maybe Tommy
I don't
Wiseau
know.
is the fucking Terminator timeline version of Peter Stormare.
I see. Yeah, he's the.
I don't
he's
know
the,
which one is which. I just know that one of them is the other one's like doppelganger.
He's the liquid metal one.
And if they ever touch, like the world is gonna evaporate.
Oh, it's Time Cop then.
Yes.
And if they ever kiss, they say they'll fly.
All right, that is the fucking question-thon done. We answered so many questions. This is a world record for how many questions answered in one episode of Prime Cuts.
Woo! I'm glad to have been here. Thank you.
Call Guinness.
I feel honored.
Well, and now that we're at the end of it, Jordan, who are you and how can we find you?
Oh God, I don't know who I am anymore. Now, my name is Jordan. I host a little podcast called Shonen Flop, where me and my co-host David and a guest, including a past guest, Audrey, who has been on the show. We listen to or we read manga that got canceled, and we judge whether or not it deserved to get canceled. You know, and a lot of the times, usually, they do deserve to get canceled. And they're trash.
Bad manga.
There's a lot of bad manga. It turns out that when a manga gets canceled, a lot of the times it was for a good reason.
You mean they aren't all lost classics denied from the general public?
You know, not all of them, believe it or not. Some of them are SWAT.
Oh God, I can't believe I made you guys do that for like your 3rd episode. That's really funny.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you get for taking me at my word and not doing any research about the manga I suggested.
You know what? We were asking for it, honestly.
Yeah.
That's what we wanted. I also host another podcast Audrey has been on called Mission Ignition about a show I've mentioned today called Vampires. That's VAN-PIRES. I can't explain it. It's impossible to explain. I would have to be here for another hour to articulate what the fuck that show is.
It's about car vampires.
Yeah, but it's not. But it's like, yeah, sure, okay.
There's so much
but the thing
more.
is, but the thing is, it's like their definition of vampire and car are both very confusing. Also, I do a lot of art. Find me on my art Instagram, Jordan Forbes Art. Please like my stuff. I've been making paintings of Chainsaw Man and characters from Ultra Kill. So I love both of those two things. almost as much as life itself. Probably more, actually. That's a low bar. But yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty cool. Check me out.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you so much for having me on this show.
Yeah. I'm Audrey. You can find me on Tumblr and Twitter at Optimum on Prime. That's my funny robot internet joke. You can also listen to the other podcast I do. It's called Pot of Greed. You can find us at Pot of Greed Casts on Twitter. It's about Yu-Gi-Oh! We are starting to record again this week.
Oh, shit.
To finish our last season of GX, the Forbidden Fourth season that never got dubbed.
I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, there was too much genocide, and also 5Ds was already out, so Konami told them they had to stop doing GX and start doing 5Ds because there were new cards.
Yeah, they were
an entire new system.
They were late.
Of
They were
something.
overdue on introducing synchros to all the good little girls and boys.
Wait, guys, we have to make the game completely unplayable to people who used to play it again, so that everybody has to buy the new set.
To be fair, it was like completely undubbable as a season as well. There's a lot of genocide in it. That is me, I think.
Like, imagine if 4Kids had somehow gotten all the way up to Ennie's lobby. That's sort of the situation they were in.
Whoa, yeah. I still love how they ended that dub by literally just having a giant rock fall on the Straw Hats, and that was the last thing that anybody saw from the 4Kids dub.
It's beautiful.
Well, now we know the One Piece is real.
One Piece is real.
Ooh, that's true.
I'm Nero, and I found a list on IMDb simply called Good Mail. I also have various podcasts unrelated to this IMDb list simply called Good Mail, which just seems to be an unrelated list of male actors this person likes, including Peter Stormare.
Ooh.
But I have a several other podcasts. I've got a Final Fantasy XIV online companion podcast called Radio Free Heidelin. That is at Heidelin Radio on Twitter. I do that with my friend Jane, who I also did a previous podcast with about She-Ra 2018 called The Podcast of Power. That is at Podcast of Power on Twitter. I am also on Disney Minus, at Disney Minus Pod. Recently covered the infamous bomb, The Black Cauldron. And let me tell you, there is a reason that movie bombed. It's because it's not good. It's bad because the emotional.
Is that why I never fucking heard about
the
that
emotional
movie, huh?
center of that film is a fucked up little dog man named Gurgi who sounds like Gollum.
Fantastic stuff.
I'm waiting for the bad stuff, honestly.
John Hurt plays the devil in it, I guess. That's not bad. That's actually the best part of
That's
the movie.
not bad,
That's
yeah.
that's the cool part of the movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Next time we are going to be covering The Incredibles. So hey, better.
That's a pretty good
yeah,
one.
better than The Black Cauldron. Not a
I would
high bar to
say
clear,
so.
but definitely better.
The Incredibles is a good movie. Yeah.
It's very good.
I mean,
I'm.
you did also already watch Mars Needs Moms.
Yeah,
so
no,
Oh,
there's-
God!
You hit the bottom of the barrel a few
It
times.
is. It is unlikely that anything is going to top that, insofar as just terrible cinematic experiences.
Isn't that the movie that wound up bafflingly being like homophobic?
Probably. I've tried to block it from my mind.
Oh, I'm so sorry for
I've tried
making
to
you relive the plot.
stop
Yeah.
thinking about it and the horrible things that I saw with my eyes. But yeah, those are my podcasts, and we have one as well that is at Prime Cuts Pod on Twitter, where you can join our Discord and watch terrible movies for the next 5 times we stream one until we get to Bumblebee. But it's a good time. You can also
Me through clenched teeth. Last night is cinema.
you're going to be able to wriggle out of watching Revenge of the Fallen. I'm not. I have to do that shit.
Yeah.
Oh God!
You're gonna get to hang out in Spain while I'm staring at Devastator's fat nuts.
Yeah,
So-
I'll be in Barcelona. Sorry, homie.
So one of the best posters ever on Something Awful was this dude named Super Mecha Godzilla, and he made like these massive threads where he dissected every single scene in like the Michael Bay Transformers movies, arguing that they are filled with symbolism and just incredibly artistic. The thing I'll never forget is Dark of the Moon when Megatron shows up and he's like a truck.
Yes.
And you hear like a lion roar, and he's like, now you may see this and think, wow, this is a weird thing to do in the Transformers, in a Transformers sequel. Well, actually, this is, I view this as actually a sequel to the movie Doom. No, to the movie Duel. I'm sorry.
Oh, the fucking, the Spielberg movie about an evil truck?
Yeah, Jaws with a truck.
Oh,
yeah. That movie rules, by the way.
Megatron has a sawed-off shotgun in Dark of the Moon, by the way. He also wears a cape.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's true, he does, yeah.
Anyway, you can watch that shit with us.
Yeah, and we're also on the Noise Space podcast network, noisespace.xyz, where various other shows can be found, some of them involving robots, some of them not, such as Special Grade Snacks. Wow, cool robot. 020. And others.
And yeah, I think that's it from us.
That's right.
So until next time, I'm going to settle down in my stadium box seating that I got from Dirty Money to watch this wrestling match. Transform and roll out.
I am going to I'm going to say fuck this. I'm going to enter my bubble and stew in my own juices until I calm down.
I'm gonna turn into a robot and take your job.
Peach.
Peach.